right, thanks to Han. How good. Tonight, one of the biggest personalities in the game. He's made his name as a broadcaster. Before that, he was a magnificent powerhouse full forward. He used to terrorise defences all around the VFL. Going to be joining us on the show. Of course, we're talking about Brian Taylor.
Come on.
There's another Huey Hall of Fans going up. There's the drip tray. There's the multi. There's a whole lot of stuff to get stuck into. But it's a big
Under
night.
the pump.
Under the pump board is back.
Wow. For a little...
It's a big night for you and I because we're there's no hierarchy here really, but every now and again we realise we sit next to greatness, and on the weekend the young man to your left again gets to
commit suicide on TV. That's suicide by attempting to host the Logies.
Yeah, Come on.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I was feeling all right until that intro, but no, I'm...
Because you usually start strong and then you die off like the Melbourne Football Club in the last quarter. You know, you kind of go missing late.
Well, you know, thanks for your support.
Big opener?
I'm right there with
Big
you.
opener? Who's opening?
We got a big opener. This is since genuine. Jimmy Barnes is opening.
Who's opening the
so
show?
he's going to come out and do a song, and then you know he's
Jimmy Barnes.
You might want to keep a Micah unit on standby. I'm just saying he's...
No, that's
health issues.
Yeah.
But
If you are watching TV, I'm going to be side of stage holding a defibrillator, so don't worry, man. I'm there for you.
You've got him
I'm
covered.
there for you. Got him covered.
Yeah.
You can run out like a roadie.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's
It'll be
You're
good.
sorted. You've got everything. You've got the opener ready to go.
Oh yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be all right. But you know, I think Barnes is a good opener.
You know who's super excited and would love to be part of the opening? Do you want a big dance number?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For the opening?
that'd be good.
You know who you can't go past? Little Pangy, who's been preparing.
I mean,
You can't go past that.
I said that the first time you ever showed me, Lou. I said, fat kids are funny, right?
of course.
We all agree.
We love them.
But type 2 diabetes is not as funny.
That's type 4. I believe.
It was a weekend. There's a lot to talk about tonight. Brian Taylor joining us soon, of course, but it was a weekend of footy.
We know where you want to start.
Well, it wasn't a great weekend of footy until the very, very end.
Saved at the bell.
Well, by this ridiculous comeback inspired by this brilliant young footballer, Isaiah Wanganui-Miller. You don't see Ross Lyon in that sort of state very often, but we were all up and out of our chairs as this kid did what he did, fired that pass to Jack Higgins, then took that mark and just split the middle. And then, of course, it was the comeback that nobody saw coming at three-quarter time. Then the 6-6-6, the second breach for Melbourne. Brilliant vision from Rowan Marshall. Where are they? Why are they letting drift inside forward 50?
The St Kilda fans raced off, and then the Melbourne fans looked like they were being chased by zombies.
It was amazing. The kid is a superstar.
Spare for those St Kilda fans who listened to that on the radio after leaving at three-quarter time.
And there were plenty of them too, the Melbourne supporters.
Well, here are the fans. Let's take a look at them, and they haven't had a lot to roar about. But this is why you do go to the footy. The elation, especially from the kids, is absolutely...
It's too much. It was too much for them.
Only football can do that.
Great.
Well, only football.
It reminds us why we love the game, doesn't
Absolutely. Those St Kilda fans, by the way, they should probably get used to that sort of... Is it crime? But there's wonderful footage of those supporters, you know, watching from home.
Yep.
But there is nothing like being at the ground and celebrating after the game, like this little ragamuffin having a go up there. Have a look at him. When it kicks in, Murray, you just look at that.
He's fantastic.
Nice touch, wasn't it?
No, it's great.
Bit of a sad note when after Max Gawn texted the antisocial hotline and that kid was arrested. But anyway, what are you going to do?
Well done to the St Kilda supporters. I'll be talking about that one for quite some time.
Really good.
Of course, the celebrations continued later on that night.
We don't see enough of this.
At the Brighton Hotel. It was Ross Lyon's 500th game as player and coach. Now, that is Ross Lyon with Isaiah Wanganui-Miller on his shoulders, surrounded by family and friends.
Trying to get him to sign a contract.
Oh, that's right.
I think is what he's doing there. And I just look at scenes like that and go, I'd be very nervous if I was a dwarf. Just saying. when it comes to celebrations in St Kilda, they can get out of hand.
Yep.
No,
Be very careful.
Well said.
I agree with you. There should be more of that sort of. Just enjoy the moment. You
Enjoy
don't have to
the
get
moment.
into
You're
the
allowed
ice
to have
baths
fun.
and the cool downs. Enjoy the moment for a while. Then
Absolutely.
get stuck in the next day. Of course, for every winner, there is a loser. And apologies to Melbourne supporters for making you relive it. There'd been the breach already in the third quarter. And then the catastrophic 666 breach that led to mass confusion. Brilliant by Wanganeen, Miller and Marshall, who sorted it out, worked out that there was a hole in the defence that they could exploit. But, I mean, it was just catastrophic to see the confusion that Melbourne and everybody to do with that footy club was experiencing in those final moments.
You know what game I enjoyed?
Go on.
The blame game.
Right.
The blame game afterwards. That was what seemed to be the whole thing. Was like, who was at fault and all that sort of stuff. But I'd like to defend the Melbourne coaching staff because their system of working out the 666 rule, I think, is state of the art.
Right.
It's foolproof. Right. It's very hard to go past. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. There's Mark.
I mean, they practiced that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's.
they'll now be able to practice their 666 formations on the beach in Bali because they're done.
That was, of course, Mark Choco Williams just counting how many weeks Simon Goodwin has left.
Just like that. Well, speaking of Simon Goodwin...
Well, there's a lot of booing tonight. Actually, this is perfect prep for the Logies. This is great.
Speaking of Simon Goodwin in Melbourne, they did have a scheduled board meeting for the Melbourne after their game. Now, there was no emergency.
I wasn't an emergency.
No.
I prefer an emergency.
No, everyone does, but no, they had the board
I've had a
meeting.
few called on me.
I know. They had the board meeting scheduled for the Monday after.
And what happened there?
Well,
I'll tell you what, I know for a fact. First thing on the agenda,
You're going.
how to count to 6.
Right.
That would have been the first thing at the minutes.
No, it's diabolical what happened.
So that's a club under pressure. I'll tell you a club that's not under pressure.
Go on.
And that's Geelong.
Right.
Now let's have a look at Dangerfield.
Oh, yeah.
This is a man who could not be under less pressure.
Yeah, right.
Late in the last quarter, on the bench, eating a kebab.
No, it's a soup.
Is that part of his secret, is it?
That's a souvlaki.
If eating a kebab is part of the secret, I could be all Australia. How relaxed is that?
Well, he'd been subbed out, and they have their replenishing sustenance after a game, so he already got into it a bit early.
I looked at that footage and had no idea you could get a kebab before 2 a.m. I mean,
there was.
You ever had one before? You ever had one for lunch?
No, it's the end of night. It's the old Hollywood Palace at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's great date food.
Yeah. Great what?
Date food.
Oh, yeah. It's usually the garlic sauce.
Fine dining, if you ask me. So, of course, it was a hot topic. Was it a kebab? Was it a souvlaki?
Shawarma?
Was it souvlaki? Souvlaki.
Anyway, we may never know because, they're a tight-knit group down there at Geelong.
They are.
And the Geelong chef,
Yes.
as our guest tonight, Brian Tyler, found out in 2019, he keeps things very close to his chest.
This is the chef. You're the chef. What's your name?
Yeah, Adrian.
Adrian. What sort of stuff do you cook? What are you going to cook tonight?
Oh, it's already been done.
What have you cooked?
Oh, just some light snacks. That's it.
Nothing. No chicken.
Fancy? No.
What's a light snack? What sort of snack?
Just G'day, mate. How are you? Oh no, just whatever comes. You just don't want to tell too much, do you? That's
That's a secret, is it?
No, there's no secrets to anything, mate.
All right. Well done. Keep cooking.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Jesus.
It's not a police interview. He just wants to know what you've been cooking.
The Geelong Mafia is taking a vow of silence down there. It's unbelievable.
It's like Colonel Sanders not wanting to give up his secret herbs and spices.
Omerta.
Keep moving, mate.
The
Omerta. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Hey, it's it's obviously
The mushroom lady was more forthcoming. with her recipe than that one, you know what I'm saying?
Well said, Mick. It is, by the way, it is strange to see a player eating during a game. It's not.
It's unusual.
It is odd, but not quite as strange as when you see the great Lee Matthews in the stands snacking on a biscuit when he was coaching Collingwood.
Right, yeah.
Like that's just, it's like that's a hard cookie. Get that one there. Have a look at that. It almost gets lost in his moustache. You don't know where his moustache starts and the cookie ends.
Who knows?
That's the toughest man ever to play the game, just nibbling on a little bicky. He doesn't know.
And judging by this footage from later in the game, I think we know what type of cookie it was. He's really...
Oh, we
Right over there.
No. We've got to get a break out of the way here, of course. We're here for Hart. How good beats
Oh,
are
we
not
love
too far
Hart.
away. Plenty more to come. Magnificent.
See you down the bar.
One of Adelaide's finest, Pangy, if you ever get into Adelaide for a game of footy or whatever. One of you.
Spent a lot of time in the bath.
Oh, yes, of
When's
course.
the last time you had a bath?
It's been a while. I like a bath.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit overrated, actually.
We're downwind right now.
No, they're a good. You feel like they're a good idea, then you get in and you go, well,
Mate, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
I'm not a bit... nothing to do with the pub. I'm not
No, the
big on
bath.
baths.
no, just.
All right, good chat. Good chat.
It's the sort of conversations people
Host
have.
of the Logies, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe open with the bath stuff.
I might.
Maybe come out wearing nothing but a towel.
Get involved
Say
with
I'm
our.
just going out of the bath.
Let us know whether you like a bath via our social media
Career best
platforms.
form.
They're all over the place.
I'm in good form.
There was a couple of rivalry games last weekend. The Battle
What
of the
happened?
Bridge, the two Sydney teams, of course, clashing.
Gee, that got fiery.
It was all about Toby Green.
These two are mates.
They're in business together. He decides to drop the hammer on Isaac Heaney. They're actually in business together. The Red missed a set.
There's a board meeting I'd like to see.
Now, this was the horse kick before the game. Dane Rabbie, he
doing-
throws the boot back right in
That.
between the Aggies.
It's the reverse O'Halpin.
He was fired up all day by Tommy Papley. All the regular culprits are in here. There's Jakey Stringer. They can't help themselves. He was fired up
Look,
right
what's
to
going
the
on,
eyeballs.
Murray?
No, there was.
It's all happening.
It's a very, very spirited rivalry between those two. And when you get people like Tom Papley in the middle of it, it's a chance to kind of cross the line. And there were a few eyebrows raised after all of that Toby Green stuff at halftime when he came off the ground and spoke to Ben Dixon.
Tom Papley's got a little bit to say in the first half, just there. A little bit of feeling in this one.
Yeah, he's looking overweight. We'll see how he goes second half.
That was.
Good on him. Jesus.
The gloves are off.
He's old school and old fashioned. He crosses the line.
If he's calling Tom Papley fat, he probably want to stay away from this show, I would have. This is not the...
My skin folds are in career best form. I'll have you know. So those comments drew a lot of attention.
They did.
But I'm surprised these ones slipped through the net before the game.
Yes.
He was at it, throwing the weight comments around.
Right.
Fatty Boomba, how's things? Hey, Mud Guts. Yeah, good to see you, Fatso.
I mean, you can't be doing that.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And the coin toss.
How's that escaped to all the footy shows, all the analysts...
I was there the whole
footy
time.
shows the whole week. Didn't pick up on that, Murray.
No, that
Unbelievable.
wasn't. No, I'm obliged to say that wasn't Toby Green. That was. We just put the voice
That's
over.
not my information.
No, that wasn't just anybody at home who's listening.
Why would you do that?
It was just. It wasn't Toby.
Just trying to have a bit of fun.
Just
having a bit of fun,
we
mate.
laid the voice over as if it was Toby Green, just for a laugh.
All right,
It
didn't
wasn't
he?
actually
Just
Toby.
there. You
I'm
just...
starting to think it wasn't worth it.
I have to mention.
Mate.
So what you're saying is that wasn't Toby
It wasn't
Green?
Toby Green. No.
Just so we're clear.
It wasn't Toby. That's the.
Wow.
A lawyer is in my ear saying, just make sure that you let everyone know that wasn't
You know
Toby.
what you are? You're under the pump
I
right
feel like I'm
now,
under
which
the
is a
pump.
good cue for under the pump.
Yeah, bring it out.
It's a great week for under the pump. I finally managed to get Carlton off it. It took me ages.
Well, there's no shortage of topics this week. There's
Where do you want to
Simon-
start?
Well, Simon Goodwin,
No.
Toby Green,
No.
the MRO,
No.
North Melbourne,
Bigger.
Essendon's
No.
injury list. There could be any
No.
number of things you could
No.
put. Where are you going?
Footy boots.
Oh, righto.
Footy boots are under the pump. In particular, Sam Darcy's footy boots. Now, we've seen this a bit. The players give their boots to the kids, and it's a moving moment. It's a real thank you for being a fan. And the kids are generally ecstatic to get them, as these kids were initially. Have a look, though. The moment turns when he has a closer look and... Oh, boy. It's not a ringing endorsement for Sam. That kid will not be doing a shoey at show and tell, let me tell you.
Will not.
Right
No,
there.
they're under pressure. They are under.
They are under
no doubt,
pressure.
No doubt. What else is under the pump?
Romance.
What have you heard?
Well, Craig McRae held a press conference recently, tonight, even today, and this is what he had to say.
Have you met with Jack Silvani?
Yeah, I did. I just met with a young man and worked out we had a first date and see if we liked each other.
Did you like each other?
Yeah, I could go on a second date with Jack.
Wow, what have you got to say about that?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I don't have a lot of experience with second dates. What do you got?
Well, I've on good authority the date went pretty well because Craig McRae's pregnant.
Well,
you don't want to say that's not true? Or you don't want to say that's not true?
Is that lawyer saying anything to you right now?
No, the lawyer's just had a heart attack.
Well, do you want help?
Do you mind, Michael, if we're doing
it,
Under the Pump? I've got a big one, big one that has somehow, escaped scrutiny this week.
Righto.
Coin tosses.
What's happening with the coin toss?
The people who toss the coin.
Let me just find out what's going on. Yeah, coin tosses. Coin tosses. You know why?
Why?
It's a big honour to be given the.
Of course there is.
Well, it's a big occasion. The eyes of the world are upon you. You want to make a
point of the game.
Well, can I just say, a level of style and fashion is required if
Formality.
you are going to toss the coin.
Make an effort.
Not like this guy last Friday. Come on, mate. You just look at that.
Right.
Are you tossing the coin or are you serving coffees in Fitzroy? Like, this is unbelievable.
What is it? Hipster round?
It's not even a full tracksuit.
No.
You know what I mean?
Like
There's tracksuit pants, and then he looks like he doesn't have a bath. Anyway. But anyway,
I'm sure he smells very nice.
I just wanted to say, I think if you're going to toss the coin, it's time to lift the standard. You know what I mean?
Okay, yep.
Maybe a suit.
What would you like to see?
I'd like to see everyone in a suit, by the way.
Really?
Like this guy too, and preferably a business suit, like this guy. He's all business. Look, business suit, bang.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. Big hello to Uncle Kevin if you're watching. I just think it's a big thing and you should dress up.
Actually, I think I agree with you.
Well, I feel if you don't want to go formal, you should at least go cocktail. And that, I think, is what we're talking about.
Mickey, I don't know if that's a person or an installation. That's probably that's where the bar is, you know.
Poor old Brian.
There it is.
Brian Lake doesn't know what he's looking at.
Make an effort. Get a cloakroom.
No, I think I'm with you. Well done, you blokes. Under the
That's
pump,
it.
back in town.
Under the pump.
Don't go anywhere. We're here for Han How Good. When we come back, one of the biggest characters in the game. What a contribution
Here we go.
made to footy. Brian Taylor to join us behind the bar after this.
Tom Mitchell is unfiltered.
Live in those good moments because that's what life's about. Enjoy it.
Tonight on 7 and 7 Plus.
Welcome back to the show. It is the front bar. Thanks to Han How Good. Tonight's guest has established himself as one of the game's all-time great broadcasters, but not before a Coleman medal-winning career as a powerhouse full forward. What a player he was. What a contribution to the game he's made. Please make him welcome Brian Taylor, everybody. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Pleasure.
So I don't know how long we've been going, but you were here on our first ever series that we ever had on the front.
I think it was 2017, maybe, unless you started earlier than that. But
no, I think you gave us 3 weeks.
That part of the show, we thought it was dead then, but it's
Well, we're still here somehow, and you're still flying, one of the great characters of the game. And everybody knows you these days. A lot of the audience out there knows you as the prime broadcaster that you are and the larger-than-life figure. But you're a magnificent footballer. There's a whole part of the football-loving audience out there may not remember the power that you brought to your career as a footballer.
Have a look at these highlights. I remember this because I used to go and watch you in the reserves every week as a Richmond fan. You bunged 100 on in the seconds.
You used to go and watch me in the reserves every week.
Yeah.
Well, I think I played 50 games in the reserves.
You kicked 100.
Yeah. I remember there was one year with Jacko, I think, kicked 100 and I kicked 80 on the half-forward flank.
That's right.
So when you're playing all those reserves games, before you go to Collingwood and you win Coleman's and stuff like that, Brian, was there any doubt that you were going to, make the level?
No.
Never lost faith?
Never lost faith.
Okay.
I had a really good year at Richmond in 82 and
sure did.
Hurt my knee at the end of that year. In the last game of the year, I kicked 82 goals or 78 or 82 goals for the year, whatever it was. And I thought from that point in time on that I could play at that level. And you always wonder, as a 16-year-old kid coming out of Western Australia, you're never quite sure whether you can play at this level. because it's a huge step up from where you were.
Well, you belonged straight away. You could tell that. And you ran into a couple of good forwards at Richmond and had to go elsewhere to ply your trade. But you were a gun. You were met at the airport by Kevin Sheedy, is that right? On arrival from Western Australia?
Yeah, the day I arrived in end of 78, early 79, Kevin Sheedy was there in a pair of R.M. Williams and moleskins boots. And here I was, this 250-game, four-time premiership, player at that stage.
Yes.
Still assistant coach at Richmond at that particular stage as well. Yeah. To have him pick you up at the airport when all you've ever seen is him on the winners at that stage, watching in Western Australia as a young kid, it was just an amazing feeling. Spent the first couple of nights at Sheedy's house, in fact.
Yeah.
Unrecognisable, the Brian Taylor we've come to know now from the young fella who turned up.
I'll tell you why. I spent a lot of time looking at that, going to work out what's going on here, and then I realised there's no bristle. No. There's no moustache. When did the moustache arrive?
When did you about a week later.
Yeah, right. Hey, go on.
No, it was about a week later I had the moustache, and I've taken it off once in that time. I think it was Eddie Maguire's 40th or 50th or 60th. I'm not sure which one it was. It was one of those. And I got to the door and the guy said, "You can't come in." I said, "What do you mean I can't come in? My name's Brian." He said, "You're not Brian Taylor." And so I grew it back after that.
Can I ask you about your first game?
Yes.
So it's a big debut. So who are you playing? Who you play on?
We're playing Carlton, Princess Park, big game. Traditional rivals, Richmond, Carlton, big game. I remember Merv Kane saying to me, triple premiership player at Richmond at the time, saying to me as we were going up the race, he said, "This is going to be the best day of your life." What he didn't know was that I was playing on Bruce Doull that day. The best half-back flanker ever to play the game. And I said to Merv as we were coming off at the end of the game, "Merv, that was the most shithouse game I've ever played. I had one kick and one handball on the great Bruce Doull, so it wasn't a game to remember, that's for sure."
Can I just say, before you came, did you not kick 25 goals back-to-back in 2 games?
Consecutive weeks over in Perth playing for Manger. Is this true?
No one sort of believes it, Andy, but yes, it happened. I being modest and all that sort of thing, I kicked 25 in one. I think I kicked 25-18 or something, so I had a few shots at goal. And then I managed the next week to kick another 25. We played the two bottom sides.
It doesn't matter.
After 3 rounds, I had 67 goals or something.
I don't reckon anybody in Australian football would have had 50 goals on the board in back-to-back games.
Well, I suppose we'll never know because it's so hard to prove or disprove.
You're right, Sam. There are no records.
There's no records. But luckily we've got Brian's memory here.
Sam, my mum remembers.
Oh well, that's enough for me.
So they wouldn't let you into Eddie Maguire's because you didn't have a moustache. I'm still getting over this.
I didn't know who I was.
Did they let the moustache in? Hey, we just see some great highlights of you, which are world class. But I remember you also for some of the antics. You were a larger than life. You were in that era where you're allowed to be a bit of an individual. Talk us through some of the antagonistic moments with big names in the game.
Tough men too.
Tough men. This is Robbie Grinter.
It's Robbie Grinter, yeah.
Now look at this. That was bound to happen.
That was the first game of football I'd taken my future wife to see, and she saw me with the wedgie, and she wasn't that impressed.
That's my guy.
You're getting stuck into Steve Turner. You haven't even kicked a goal yet.
But we were winning on the scoreboard. Remember, it's a team game.
We like this one, BT, because I think Billy Duckworth gets in your way, and it's so you don't muck around.
Right.
But then TD doesn't let you go. Hey, when you're looking at this,
this is great. I missed this.
Oh, what? I know we all miss it, but was it a waste of energy though, Brian? Is any regrets there about how you composed yourself?
At all. Well, I don't know what happened to me, but just sort of got caught up in the moment.
Is it white line fever for you?
I don't think
you're
it's
a big guy.
Fever.
No.
Look, I had a bit of a thing when I came over as a full forward, and there were all these great full forwards that went before: Peter Hudson, Peter McKenna, all of these sort of guys, and they're all a bit sort of. They're great players, but they were just a bit wimpy. And they weren't, all the full-backs held the aggression over the forwards. And I made a sort of conscious effort in my mind that I wanted to be slightly more aggressive than the full forwards that had gone before me. That was the only thing I had in my mind.
That makes sense.
Mission accomplished. Yeah. Now, you said it wasn't white line fever, so did that type of behaviour ever carry over into your public life off the field?
Not a lot, I wouldn't have thought, Mick.
No? Well, was there a traffic incident?
How do you go behind the wheel? How do you go?
No, there was a traffic
Definitely not at home, but there was a particular day that we were playing at the MCG. Collingwood are playing Richmond, 80,000, I'm driving down Punt Road, get to the intersection of Bridge Road, which is the main intersection in Richmond. Guy had cut me off and sort of, he'd almost clipped me, and I thought that was rather unfair in the car. So I'm dressed in my black and white suit, ready to play for Collingwood, and I decided I'd get out the car and
as you do,
sort it out.
Yeah.
So as I put my arm through his window to check to see if he was there, I noticed he had a duffel jack and he had a Brian Taylor badge on. I decided I wouldn't grab him by the throat. I'd say hello and I hope you enjoy the day.
So, Brian, 1986, Collingwood's not going to play finals, but 100 goals is the mecca for all full forwards, no matter what league, what division you're playing. You want to kick the ton. And we get to the final round of the season and you're a couple away. Were you supremely confident you were going to get there?
I was, because I had a whole game to kick 2 goals.
Yep.
And, let's face it, if I kicked 2, I'd become the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100.
Absolutely.
Did anything threaten to get in the way of that pursuit?
Right in that marking contest there, I'd strained my groin. And anyone that knows anything about that, you're out for 3 or 4 weeks. So quarter time had come around. That was my 99th goal.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, I'm done. I won't become the 4th player in Collingwood's history to kick 100 goals. This is going to be disappointing. I won't win the Coleman medal. And so I had an argument with Lee Matthews at quarter time. We spent the whole of the quarter time break arguing about whether he would or would not let me play any further.
Wow.
He said, you've got 3 minutes and then I'm going to yank you off the ground. Anyway, as I was walking back out, I had a kind word to the umpires as I went past them. They looked after me, gave me 2 free kicks. I was playing on they were dubious free kicks at best, but I managed to kick the 100 goals and I got home.
That's something you must be very proud of. I know you don't care about what people think and all that, but I think tonight, one of the great things about tonight is to see highlights of your career, and people only know as you're a commentator, but that's gonna be a proud moment. 100 goals.
Well done.
Mate, you're
amazing.
Very powerful forward, and we like you said 2 dubious free kicks there. I've done a bit of research on a deep dive on your career, and there weren't a lot of frees for you.
No.
Received frees, 118.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Those against, 306. Fair to say you were never going to win a Brownlow. You weren't the umpire's favourites.
No, I gave the umpires a bit of going over, that is for sure.
How do you think... BT, how would you have gone with dissent?
It's not a great thing, that. I can't see I would have survived in today's game with this sort of behaviour. Even at home, when I do that at home, I get kicked out.
See, look at John Russo here. He's actually seemingly enjoying...
You've got the ball, BT. You've got the free kick.
Yeah, but he was a Collingwood hater. No, it was a strange thing. Look, they got onto my nerves. And I thought I was treated pretty unfairly, actually, overall. But, just one of those things.
You're a hard man to read. It's a real poker face, isn't it?
Do you kind of...
That's
Very
funny, mate. I would love to see more of that today.
You're not that embarrassed when you look back and
fun.
see that, eh? Look,
I know it happened, but my kids, 1 or 2 of which are here tonight, would be very embarrassed to see their dad behaving like that.
You know what?
That's not a normal dad.
Not just embarrassed, ashamed. We've only seen you at full forward in the highlights. Any stage of your junior career, did you ever play any other positions?
Yes.
So when you were in the juniors, where were you? Would you ever down back?
Never down back, but I was like a nippy half-forward flanker at one stage, as you could probably believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what about when you at senior level? Did you ever, did you ever get thrown in the ruck?
Yes, I think I had a quarter in the ruck at one stage, and I didn't really want to be there.
All right, well, we've got some footage of you in the ruck playing for Collingwood. You can talk us through it. What do you just tell us about that? What are you thinking?
I think Lee Matthews made the wrong decision, I think, putting me into the
That's
ruck.
a bloke who doesn't want to play in the ruck again.
That guy's a good mate of mine, Paul Tilley, played at Fitzroy, and I'm sorry for that. I'd forgotten I ever did that to him.
I'm guessing they won't be getting anyone under the father-son rule with Paul Tilley after... How many weeks did you get for that?
I think I got off for that.
No, you got...
I got 2, did I?
2. 1 for each testicle.
That's bullshit.
There's more to talk to Brian Taylor about this remarkable career that he's had. On the other side of the break, we'll do it. We're here for Hahn. How good? Brian Taylor, our special guest, and all careers come to an end. And Brian, did you know Did you suspect that this might have been your last game? I wonder how you felt. The 1990 qualifying final, the famous drawn game. Dates did his things. Peter Sumich missed. You kicked a couple. It was a dramatic game. There was to be the replay. You weren't to be part of that, and that was the last time we ever saw you play in the VFL. Was there a sense that going into that game that might have been your last one?
There was a little bit of controversy leading up to that game. I'd written a book or a diary that year on how Collingwood had gone. So Lee Matthews, about 2 weeks before this game, had called me into the office along with Gubby Allen and said, look, we're not happy with you writing the book, but we'll continue to play. But what we're going to do is we're going to play you at the MCG and we're not going to play you at Waverley. Waverley's too big for you, you'll get exposed. MCG's a bit tighter, you'll be all right there. Anyway, they did exactly the opposite. They played me at Waverley.
Right.
Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know it was going to be my last game. I managed to kick a couple of goals late in the game and got dropped the following week, and that was the last kick of the footy I ever had, that particular goal.
Devastating.
Can I just say quickly, for Collingwood fans, a book is something with words in it that you can get from a library.
Yep.
A library? Something with books in it.
Well said.
Were you upset?
It was definitely a picture book.
So I didn't mean to interrupt, but were you devastated then to see the team go on and win a flag and you'd...
Yeah,
you
never feel
what are the
part
feelings?
of it. Like everyone says, you're part of the 40 and you go to all of the celebrations and all of that sort of thing and you're at the game, but you're not actually part of it. And even though you've won, the applause should go to the guys that played, not the guys that didn't play.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to feel part of it, even though I'd played a little minor part towards the end of the year in it.
Can we just go back to your 100? I actually did a bit of research for this show today. Hard to believe.
Well, that's good, mate. You were due.
In 86, so in 86 you had 192 kicks for the season and you kicked 100 goals and 63 behind, so 163 shots. Now, that's not counting the ones that dropped short and the ones that might have gone out on the full. So
not many there, Andy.
There weren't many, Brian. But it is staggering that how much footy's changed. And in your position, if you got the footy, you basically had a shot back in those days.
50% of the supply coming to the forwards went to the designated full forward in those days, I reckon. And today, someone like Jeremy Cameron might be getting 10 or 15% of the supply. So if he kicks the 100 this year, that is an achievement way above any past goal kicker kicking 100 in the way that footy is played today and the supply or the limited supply that each player gets. Because Lee Matthews would say to you, look, we can't have 40% of supply going to one player because it's too easy to take out one player. We need it spread around 5 players.
Yep.
There it is.
So the VFL days finish and you go to the VFA, which was a thriving competition back then. You go to Paran, of course. You're captain coach there. You spent 3 seasons for the 2 Blues. At this stage, was coaching potentially a pathway that you might have gone down?
It was something I really enjoyed doing. I wanted to do it. I had no idea about the media at this stage. It wasn't until a couple of years into this coaching role that I got an offer. But I wanted to be a coach, and that was something that I thought I could be really good at.
Yeah.
And that was the first steps in being a coach. And if I hadn't have got an offer a year or 2 after that, I definitely would have stayed on and been a coach.
Well, what I love is you went to Brown as a captain coach.
Playing
coach. And what I love is that because you were older and more mature, there was less of the white line fever attached than you used to have.
Taylor is still out on the ground. Ross Booth might have the latest. What's this BT saga, Ross?
Well, I've spoken to the umpires. He's been reported 4 times, 3 times for headbutting, and the umpires will inform him that he must leave the ground. So it's all over for today for Brian Taylor.
It's just a calmer presence on the ground.
Yep. BT, I'll defend you, mate. The third headbutt's always the charm, though, isn't it?
Well, in that particular game, it was an interesting story. I was reported for headbutting. And it wasn't something I was proud of. Got home that night watching 60 Minutes. And I'm a 24-hour plumber in Hawthorn at this particular stage, so I answer the phone at all hours. 8 o'clock it rings. Guy says, I've got a hot water service that's leaking all over the floor. You need to come straight away. I said, mate, I'll be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just turn the tap off. I'm not coming tonight. Got there at 8, opened the door. He said, do you know who I am? I said, no, I don't know who are you? He said, I'm the tribunal chairman sitting on your case tonight for headbutting. I said, shit, that's a coincidence. And he said, no, it's not. Do a good job and don't leave an invoice. went there that night and got off on a technicality.
Oh, is that right?
You got off on a technicality. Unbelievable.
No witnesses.
Now, there was a few big names down at Paran while you were there, including our very own Sam Pang. Do you remember him as a player? And what do you remember?
I do remember. He was a bit of a pre-season specialist. He got better as March came around. But he's you know, the fat, you know, what are they called? The skinfold tests are very similar to Little Pangy. So he didn't quite pass to the skinfold.
No, I'll defend. Brian, you put him on the spot. Right.
Here we go. Look, that's the only highlight we can find. And that's a tumbling punt into the goal.
It's the hardest kick, and it's a reverse torp on the run. It's the hardest kick in the game. But anyway,
I never saw a lot of Sam because I looked after the seniors.
I was a big Campbell fan of the VFA, and there were a few stories that were rolling around about Paran back in the day. And there was one story about something you did in particular to opposition change rooms. Is there anything twigging here?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Andy.
Right. Were there any...
Other than to say, I had a fascination with electronics.
OK, now we're getting there. Yep.
And I'd heard that Tandy, the electronics supplier that state, had a new listening device in.
This is it.
And so I went down to Tandy, bought the listening device, and we were playing Trevor Barker's top team Sandringham this week for the top of the ladder clash. And I thought, we could get a real advantage here with this listening device if we placed it in their room. So I placed, myself and another guy, placed the listening device above the whiteboard. So we got crisp, clear instructions of what they were going to do on that day. We sat out in the hill at the ground before the game, listening to an FM station, hearing everything that they were saying. So it went really well until the game started and we got beaten by 15 goals. We knew everything, but we could do nothing.
Yeah. They were probably speaking into the speaker and then giving you all the wrong information.
Spot on. Brian, it's a special part of the show. It's a joy to have you on.
Buckle up.
You're about to spend some quality time with Sam's Drip Tray.
Very, very big thrill. I mean, this is some quality time between me and my old coach. And you know how Drip Tray works, don't you, Bart?
Sort of. I've heard it's pretty basic.
Yeah, well, it is. But anyway, it's just an opportunity to get to know a bit more about you. So, so there's some serious stuff here too. Toughest opponent?
Danny Frawley.
OK.
You know, I made him cry in one particular game. So even though he was tough, I did make him cry.
Fantastic.
Right, you probably could have just stopped at Danny Frawley.
I want to know. I want to know how he made him cry.
Okay, how do you make him cry?
I kicked 7 on him, and he was such a competitor that he hated someone kicking 7 on him. He just started crying. What's wrong with you, Spud? Man.
Favourite coach?
Bobby Rose.
OK.
Why was he so good?
He was just a player's man, great guy, honest, direct, great player himself, great pedigree, and he just wanted Collingwood to play well.
Best you've ever seen?
Best player?
Yeah. No horse. Best player you've ever seen, Brian?
Tony Lockett.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes, fair enough.
Yeah.
Who was your idol growing up?
My idol growing up would have been Peter McKenna.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about person from another sport you admired?
Well, I loved Greg Norman until more recent years when he started to go off the rails a bit.
You like his Instagram stuff, don't you?
He's got a massive wang.
That's a good point.
I don't know what else to say. He's got a one wood in his department.
See, this is you just don't know what Drip Tray's going to throw up.
It's already the best Drip Tray ever.
Your favourite boots? Remember, you have a favourite pair of boots?
What? I don't name them. What do you mean?
What did you wear?
You're a Puma man,
Puma Kings?
I wore black boots and they were Puma.
You never wore white? Never did anything?
I wore yellow boots at Richmond. The leather ones. But, I wore Puma boots and they were, I don't know what they were called, Sam, but they were just football boots.
OK. No. Once again, no need to get angry at me, Brian. All right, favourite food?
Schnitzel.
Chicken or veal?
Veal, if I can get it. But you can hardly ever get it.
No, it's very hard to get veal schnitzel.
They're frowned on these days.
They're tiny little calves, Sam. Not many of them get killed.
Absolutely. Brian, I'm coming over to dinner. What are you cooking me? What's your specialty? Your go-to dish to impress?
Well, it's a toss-up between beef stroganoff and chicken, a chicken dish. One of those ones we
when you say chicken dish, are you referring to the recipe from, of course, the Bible, Who Rules the Aussie Kitchen, your chicken cacciatore, which was absolutely famous?
Oh, hello, girls. Dinner's on.
Right, Brian, tell us about that photo shoot. Ever cooked a chicken cacciatore before?
Never, ever. Haven't heard of that sort of cooking before, so I don't know what... They just put a chicken in my hand and a bottle of wine and said, you cook this. So I never cooked that, Sam, obviously. But...
All right.
4 more.
Four.
Oh, no, hang on. I say 1 more and you say 4 more.
If you say 4 more, I'll say 8 more.
That's right.
First car, Brian.
Holden Kingswood.
Colour?
Good.
Vinyl top, silver, brown top.
A ute or standard?
No, standard 4-door. Thought I was pretty good. It had...
3 on the
bought
tree.
it. The guy told me it was brand new. This is how easy I was. He told me it was a brand new car, and I thought it was because it had all the wheels painted black. They just put the black paint on them, but it had 100,000 Ks on it. And I thought it was brand new.
The door was a different colour.
Was it 3 on the tree?
No, it was an automatic.
Oh, OK.
Yeah.
Surprising.
All right. How many of them have I got more?
No, you got 1 more.
Oh, no, you got your classics.
Couple more. What about what are your
favourite film?
Favourite
Shawshank. Has to be.
Has to be
Absolutely
Shawshank.
100% Shawshank.
That's a great movie.
Oh, yeah, really? That's a bit of it. It's a bit cliched, Brian. What,
No, but
before Shawshank, which came out...
It's my favourite movie. It's not yours.
Oh, OK, sorry.
He says Shawshank. It's Shawshank.
There's no cringe attached to this. It's a great movie.
Second favourite movie then.
I don't have one. Shawshank, it's just...
Favourite vegetable?
Perfect.
No, settle well.
I've broken the protocol.
I'll whip through these. Favourite television show growing up when you were a kid?
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, that's
Well done.
What about... who was the hot one?
Yeah.
Ginger?
Ginger or Marianne?
Ginger,
Yeah.
but I caddied in a game of golf for the skipper once.
Is that right?
What's his name? Hale? David?
Well, you could have just called... When you just called him skipper.
David.
David, eh?
Hale.
You got 1 more.
All right, so let's finish off with the big 3, the Holy Trinity.
Oh, jeez.
The sofrito of the ragu. Favourite animal?
Pussy.
You like cats? Well, no, big cats or domestic cats?
Little domestic.
Little ones. OK, cool. Favourite colour, Brian?
Green.
It comes up a lot.
It's 60% of people.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Well, there'll be studies on that one day.
Yeah.
All right, and the last one, Brian, to finish strip tray. Brian Taylor, what is your favourite vegetable?
Roast potato.
Oh, perfect.
A roast potato. The
A bit of rosemary and salt?
No, just a roast potato.
Slightly overcooked. Slightly overcooked.
Yeah, it's got to be crunchy.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, well, that was...
that
was the drip tray.
Brian, we haven't spent a lot of time talking about your media career, but we've got a lot to thank you for, particularly roaming, Brian, on this show. We're massive fans of it. It's
become an institution.
Yeah, it really is.
Everyone loves it. Everyone likes being the subject of it, apart from Heath Grundy.
Oh, yes. Yep.
You guys hung in there and all of a sudden things started to roll for you in the second term.
I just thought our defence tonight was just that's way too close. Heath staring down the barrel there, and let's just say was never seen again after that one.
Sitting on his face almost.
You were indeed. That's squatting, Brian. I also worry about sometimes you put so much into it about your physique because it can get bent out of shape.
What was the most pleasing aspect from your point of view?
And here's Quasimodo. What's happening there?
What are you doing?
You really put in. But I hope you got the physios out after that.
Mickey's worried about your back, Brian. I'm worried about your eyesight. Seriously, if you're going to continue on with roaming, Brian, only because in the Brisbane Lions dressing room a couple of weeks ago, we saw this. I'm generally worried about your eyesight.
See Noah down there, Harris Andrews having a chat. I'm not sure I can see where he is down there at the moment. I'd love to get hold of the coach, Chris Fagan, as well, if we can, possibly around here. Just got to be patient.
Here it is. Just in case you missed it the first time.
I miss him?
I don't know. I don't know.
how I
Let's have a look at it again. It's just there.
He looked
He
He even looked at me like he wanted to come on.
Yeah.
He cruised
You're probably
by.
not used to that. But yeah, that's...
You made an enormous contribution. You will continue to for many years to come, and you will the Legends game.
What about
up.
this?
Yes. It's been reinstated for Rule. Of course, the work they do into prostate cancer is enormous. 7:30 is going to be on Channel 7, the 28th of August. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster or legendsgame.com.au. $19 a ticket start at, and you're going to be the lead.
Cyril Rioli's going to play. Gary Ablett Jr.
Wow. It's fantastic. You're calling, and I believe this bloke's joining you in the commentary box, not to commentate, probably just to get his prostate checked.
No, you're going to be up there with Billy and Richo, and it's going to be an all-star team.
And Dipper is making a...
on the boundary.
Yes.
Should Sam play? We saw him there.
Yes.
Get Paran, and what do you reckon? We'd like to see Sam play.
Yep.
He loves doing charity work. We'll make this happen.
It's under the roof, so conditions will be perfect for you.
For the Orchid.
Which is important.
Ryan, thanks for joining us.
No selection process in this, Sam. You just get a game.
You'll be out there. He'll be great.
I can't wait.
Thanks for coming.
Great night.
It's been an absolute
Thanks,
joy.
mate.
Thanks, mate. Brian Taylor, everybody. Our very special. Don't go anywhere on the other side of the great Mick Multi.
Well done. Let's do it.
The must-watch show with the biggest opinions in footy.
They do not know how good they've got it. The agenda setters. Miss it, and you're out of the loop.
The best names in the industry, setting the agenda.
Join us on 7 Plus.
The Agenda Setters, Monday and Tuesday on 7 Mate and 7 Plus.
Welcome back to the show. It is the front bar, and we're here for Han. How good it is.
You're right. It's a full disclosure. The monitor's gone off, and Maher likes to look at himself all the time. That's what's happened.
I'm just letting Serge know that the monitor that we're working off has gone off.
Serge doesn't know what's going on.
Relatively important because we refer to the vision from time to time.
I just love that we're so professional we didn't draw attention to it. I love the way we just batted on.
Just go. Which is important for the next segment because it is a program for the fans, by the fans. There's no ex-players on this panel, of course, and we love celebrating the great fan stories.
We do,
with our Huey Hall of Fans. And tonight's show, tonight's inductee, this is one of the great fan stories in the history.
Well, unroll it for us, please.
In the history of football. It is a magnificent
He's going on the
story.
Hall of Fans?
He is. He's going up onto the Hall of Fans. There it is right there. From 1970 we have to go back to.
Apple
Core guy. Now, a lot of people
I look forward to this.
A lot of people won't know this story, but it is a remarkable story. We have to go back to Cardinia Park in 1970. Huge game, final game of the year. South Melbourne's playing Geelong. The winner of this game is going to go in and play in the finals. A win for both teams.
It's a lot at stake.
It's a lot at stake, Michael.
We're at the business end of the game.
It's packed. It's standing room only. You couldn't get a ticket at Cardinia Park. And the great Doug Wade, one of the all-time great full forwards in the history of the game, takes a mark.
Couldn't be in safer hands.
Could not be in safer hands.
He does not miss.
He does not miss. He's a magnificent kick of the agate, and he takes a mark. And now this is where the crucial story...
What could go wrong?
Crucial story starts. He goes back for his shot at goal, and as he drops the ball from hand to foot, some bloke piffs an apple, and it hits the... It's a true story. A bloke piffs an apple, it hits the Sharon from his hand to his boot, just deviates the ball ever so much. Doug Wade misses. South Melbourne get the footy, take it up the other end of the ground, kick a goal, win the game, go into the finals. Geelong miss out, all because of a bloke by the name of Mick Forcus. Mickey Forcus. He threw the apple that hit the Sharon that put Doug Wade off his kick.
Let's take a look at the footage.
Well... No, there's actually no vision of the kick.
Oh,
there's limited coverage.
We've got Doug Wade to verify the story.
No. Doug's not here to tell us, but Doug Wade does.
What's your source on this?
Well, it sounds like you two don't believe me.
What's your source?
You two don't believe this remarkable. Well, I'll tell you who the source is. The bloke who threw the apple joins us in the studio tonight. Please make him welcome, Mickey Forcus, everybody. There he is.
Mickey Forkins.
Now, to the...
True or false, Mickey? Does all that ring true?
That was all true, Mick. That's all true.
Once again, hard to prove or disprove, I suppose, really, isn't it, when you think about it.
Yeah, well, where were you, Mick? How far away from Doug Wade were you when you threw the apple?
When he marked the ball, he was probably only about 10 yards out from the goal.
Right.
I was between the goal post and the point post, directly in line with where he marked it.
Where'd you get the apple from?
Mum always made me a lunch that I took to the footy, and in that was an apple.
What sort of...
I don't know why, because I didn't like apples.
Right.
What sort of apple?
I would have rather... Well, I got no idea, Sam, what sort of apple. It was 55 years ago.
He's getting...
Once again, I don't know
like the line
Mickey,
of
that sounded slightly aggressive. I just want to know what...
Was it a red one or a green one?
I couldn't even tell you.
No. So, Mick, were you...
I saw it down on the ground after I'd eaten half of it.
Yeah.
He'd marked the ball. I thought, that's it. I've looked down. I'm going to lose the game. I saw the apples there. Oh, stuff it. I just picked up the apple and threw it.
And were you hoping to hit Doug, or were you hoping to hit the foot?
I just threw it in the general direction.
Okay, you're right.
So I didn't sort of line it up and think, well, that's where the ball's going to be, that's where he's going to kick it, whatever. It was 1,000,000 to 1.
And when you saw the apple hit the footy as it came out of Doug Wade's hand, what did you think?
Well, it wasn't so much... Well, when he hit the footy and I saw that he missed it, myself and all the people who were in the cheer squad with us, we're just jumping up and down.
Right.
We're going crazy. Yep. There was a police officer. Back in the day, they always used to have a police officer stand behind each of the goals. He kept looking at me. He had this suspicious look on his face, and the people who were, Mick, that was fantastic. Saying, shh.
Hey, you know
calm down a little.
You should have done is given his horse an apple.
Mick.
Are we running it? He's in?
No. Mick, it's one of...
Mick, you're a dirty, rotten apple chucker from way back.
In terms of fan stories, Mick, in the history of the game, this is one of the greats. You chucked the apple that got the footy slightly astray before it hit Doug Wade's
Don't tell the story again,
and
mate.
your footy team played in the finals because of you. That is...
You're a champion.
Fandom. You're
Should be a statue of you.
You are now inducted into our yearly Hall
well
of Fame.
done.
Mickey Forkins, everybody. Do you two believe the story? You've heard it from the man who threw the apple. Do you believe the story?
I'm glad he doesn't have any on him tonight, because I tell you what, you would have copped a couple right to the
How do we even know that's Mickey Forkins?
Well, there's going to be people out there who know him.
You're happy now. You've got the monitor back. You're right.
Round 20. Oh, it's back. Round 21.
You can see just how badly this segment's going. Look at
this is exciting. We've had a couple of dubious Thursday, Friday night games in recent weeks. Not this week. It is the highlight of round 21, the Thursday, Friday prime time games. Tails off a little bit after that, but there's a lot of good footy.
Talk it up. It's good footy. Get involved. Business end.
Well, the Tigers are going all right too. They're going all right.
Roll.
Yeah, they are.
I really
so
do.
enjoy your footy.
What's the time for now?
It's time now for the multi.
Yeah, baby. Let's crack straight into the multi because everyone's on the edge of their seats waiting for the magic to happen. Here it is. First up, as the Hawks, I noticed this on the TV, celebrated their win over Carlton, Sam, an unusual spectator in the crowd caught my attention. Look at the dog.
Yeah.
There is a dog. It's a support dog, and it's just sitting there amongst the fans at the footy.
Beautiful.
How incredible is that?
Dogs are great.
Yeah, that's great. I'd like to wager that I saw this Carlton support dog at the footy, and being a Carlton support dog, have a look, he's trying to get out of the game at three-quarter time. It's three-quarter time and he just wants to go. He's caught in the crush. I tell you what, and I remember this one back in the day at the Lakeside Oval, this dog too, had a great day, but not as supportive as he could have been, I think, is probably the way to look at it. That dog needs a support dog. Can I have it?
You can't have it. How about you have the Western Bulldogs to beat the Giants by 1-39 and you can have 220. What do you reckon?
Oh, I'll take it. Here we go. Second leg now, over at the Europe AFL League. This defender found a new, almost sensual way to stand the mark. Now, forget the stand rule. I think they're going to have to introduce the dance rule. There he goes. And does his best to put him off with some sensual. There he goes. I'd like to wager he was later seen pole dancing on the point post.
You can't have it.
Now we've been way.
Oh.
Mick, cut it out.
You put the apple.
You can't be doing that. That's not on you. What are you doing? Don't do it.
What is it?
You're saved.
Golden Delicious?
Nicky, it was red. It was red.
You can't have it, but
I can't have that.
No, how about you have Nazai, Wangan and Miller to get 30 or more and I'll give you 182. What do you reckon?
You saved my life.
By the way, just so you know, that's called fruit.
All right.
No, because I don't want you to die from scurvy. Do you know what I mean? It's important, mate. You get your fruit. It's very important.
You haven't lived till you've got scurvy. Now, third leg. Donald Trump's come under a lot of pressure this week. He was caught cheating at golf. Fair and square, flat out. He is a golf cheat. Watch his caddy.
Yoink.
Walk in, drops the ball.
Yep.
And then the commander-in-chief pulls up and tries to hit it. There's, you missed it. There. Oh.
Yep.
He has dropped the ball right there. He is such a big cheat at golf. One day, his golf card won the Miles Franklin Award for fiction. Yep.
Yeah,
It's a double apple.
Coming in from all angles.
That was a double barrel, Mickey. Cut it out.
Have it. Oh.
No, I haven't had a waging yet.
Oh, sorry.
That was a very good joke.
What did you like that?
Yep, I liked it.
I thought it stood up.
Mate, we're gonna need an apple tree out in the audience right now. I'll tell you, you're gonna run out of apples.
I'd like to wager that is not the worst act from a president I've seen on the golf course. That goes to George Bush.
I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
He absolutely
They invaded Iraq the next day.
You can't have it, but how about you take Jeremy Cameron to kick 5 or more, you can have 255.
I'll have it. Let's boot this baby home.
Right.
Get your apples ready. China has always been ahead of the pack when it comes to technology. You know that, I know that.
True.
It's the future of the world. But I'm not sure their new sport, robot boxing, is going to take off. Have a look. Here's the boxing. And, it's having a go. It's not bad. Kickboxing. That's all right. I'd like to wager that one of those robots tested positive for WD-40. Yes.
Yes,
very good.
By the way, before you do, I don't mind the robot boxing, but I prefer the robot soccer, which has gone much further down the track. So realistic, in fact. But have a look, they've even mastered diving. Bring it up the streets. And off they go.
You can't have it, but how about you have Nick Dacos to get 33 or more, and you can have 186 for that. What do you reckon?
Bag it up. What do we got? I'll take it.
Like you put it together. It's 18.99.
18.90. I'll take that.
If you like the look of it, jump onto the feed at the Sportsbet app. Thousands of people are doing it. Find and follow Mix Multi, and of course, place your bet. The last shout is coming up next.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Spring is coming.
Nicotina wins the Everest.
Huge prize money.
Massive crowds.
The best horses.
Kaying rising. Welcome to racing season.
It's going to be a cockplate round.
Here on 7 Racing.
Put it at the top of the list. It's the stuff of legends.
Welcome back to the show. Time for the last shout, and it's a week for everybody here at the front bar, tinged with sadness to various degrees, especially for you. You've known Sando Chilaro for a long time.
Both of us have, and he's been a good friend. And last week his dad died, Vito, of course, and we were lucky, and it was a sad passing, but a life well lived, and good on him. What a celebration it was. And it's personal to us too, because apart from knowing him, Vito provided us with one of our favourite moments ever on this program when him and Clara, both of Sando's parents, participated in a bit we shot. And it was basically, we were talking about footballers who get their first game.
And then they ring their parents.
And they ring their parents, and it was a bit of fun. And Santo decided to let his parents know he'd got the call up for the front bar.
Pronto?
Ciao,
Chi parla?
ciao mam, sono Santo.
Oh.
C'è papà?
Sì?
dov'è?
Ecco, te lo passo.
Oh, no, voglio parlare con tutti e due voi altri.
Ah, bene.
Vedi che ho una bellissima notizia da
Non mi
darti.
dire finalmente, va via di casa?
No, ancora non sono pronto per quello, no. Volevo dirvi che mi hanno scelto di fare parte al front bar.
Front bar? E che cos'è il front bar?
È il programma di Mick Molloy.
E chi è?
E chi è Mick Molloy?
Mick Molloy, il mio amico, Mick.
Ah, quello grosso, sai, quello che parla sempre con la birra.
Sì, quello lì. Comunque, sarò in televisione se vuoi.
All'SBS?
No, non sull'SBS, canale 7.
E allora, non lo so. È in inglese?
Certo che è in inglese.
Ma perché non lo fate in italiano?
There it is.
Beautiful.
Well done. Cheers. Very good.
To Vito Chillara.
Yep, indeed. Cheers.
And we're thinking of you, Santa, of course.
Absolutely. Santa, by the way, texted during that, just said thank you for that touching tribute, and I'm just glad that Vito wasn't alive to see Mixed Multi tonight. So that's nice from Santa, who's definitely watching.
There's always a silver lining.
Always,
There's always a silver lining. Next week's show, going to be fantastic. Nick Maxwell joining us on the program. Libby Birch going to be part of the show. The AFLW not far away, of course. 8:30 next Wednesday night. Thanks to BT for coming on tonight.
Yes.
It was an absolute joy.
Great.
Thanks to
the audience.
Thanks for watching the show. Thanks to Han. Until next Wednesday night. Bye for now.